to another Art and Talk, where I always make a fun art piece in the background while we talk about different topics. So today, I kind of wanted to make this a lighter, shorter video, but I did want to talk about finishing well and not being distracted. As I'm recording this, we're getting closer and closer into the new year. You might hear this while we're already in the new year, but this word is still applicable. As I'm recording this, I'm getting closer into the new year, and it's getting really, really hard to finish up the last couple of things that I need to do. I'm right at the finish line, and you can kind of start to feel the burnout sizzling. You can kind of start to feel the loss of motivation, just wanting to sleep in all day. All of those feelings are very familiar, and we can be tempted to not want to finish well, or to just not want to finish what we've started. Now, this can look like many things. This can look like school, this can look like work, this can look like personal affairs and little things that you promised yourself that you would get done. This can look like things that God asked you to complete and yet you still haven't done. And when we're not able to keep promises that we make to ourselves, we're not able to keep promises that we make to other people, and we're also not able to keep promises that we make to God. If I told myself, before the new year comes, I'm going to declutter my whole entire home. I'm going to go through all my old stuff. I'm going to go through all my baskets, all my bins. I'm going to just declutter everything. I'm going to make a pile where I'm going to donate these particular things. I'm going to throw out these things that I don't need. I'm going to sell these things that I'm not using. That might be what the goal that I set for myself before the new year comes. But let's say I have 2 days left until the new year comes, and I'm slacking and I'm like, well, I can just do this later. And we're continuously putting things off. We're living in stagnation. We're living in procrastination. It gets extremely hard to trust other people and to keep our promises to other people when little things like that, we can't even keep that to ourselves. And I think the reason why it's very hard to finish well a lot of the times is because we've worked so hard leading up to this point, and it can be very, very hard to just continue that and to continue having that consistent pace. If you don't know from the last episode, I'm currently doing a 21-day fast in December. So it started on December 1st, went all the way into December 21st. I will link that fast down below. You can do it at any time. But during this fast, for the last week of the fast, I had to do a 6 to 6 fast. So no eating from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And when I do get to eat, I have to do a Daniel fast, which means I can only eat veggies and juices and these things. And so it's been extremely hard to continue on this fast. Now, I made a promise to myself. That I would be completely clean during this fast. Like, I was not allowing room for error. Now, I've been fasting for 4 months consecutively ever since September because I've been feeling led to, and all those fasts, I broke them halfway. Sometimes I tripped up, and that there's grace for that. But for me, specifically for myself, I was like, I am not going to do another fast where I break it. Like, I have to be thorough in this fast. And I felt a little bit of pressure because the new year's here. I'm like, let me just finish well. And so I have technically now 2 more days until the fast ends, 2 more days until it's December 21st when I'm recording this. And it has been so hard to function. It has been so hard to finish what I'm doing because I'm super hungry, and that's something that my mind keeps going back to. And then on top of that, I don't feel like I have that much energy. I don't feel the motivation to do these things. And so when we don't feel like finishing well, that gives room for so many distractions to happen and so many distractions to come. And for me, one of the biggest distractions that I've actually been fasting from is like sugar and entertainment. So when I feel stressed out, or when I don't feel motivated, or when I don't feel like I can do this thing, I turn straight to TikTok or straight to Reels, and I just scroll. Because to me, the way for me to get motivated is seeing other people live their lives and, accomplish everything that they want to accomplish. But the reality of that is I'm sitting on my bed watching people do the work, hoping that them doing the work will inspire me to do the work, and it never really does it? So for me, entertainment was a big thing, and a couple years ago in my life, sugar and turning to like dopamine hits, like sugar, I would say like anything sugary, honestly. I'm trying to think of other things, like entertainment and social media is a big one, but for me, like sugar was a big thing because it gave me this immediate dopamine hit. And I've been fasting for so long from sugar that I literally don't crave it the way I did before. And I have a bunch of like sugary stuff here because it's the holiday times and I have so many gifts and I've gotten so many like candies and stuff, and I don't desire to touch them. I don't desire to have them. And even though, you know, I see them and sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm stressed out and this would be great right now, there isn't a huge push or a huge desire to have it. And I say all that to say, when we make it a habit to finish well, when we make it a habit to say that we're going to do things and actually go and do them, the things that used to distract us, the things that used to bother us, the things that used to derail us will no longer have the same effect that it had on us before. And I am just a living testimony of this because I never thought that I would be free from always wanting to be entertained or always trying to just waste my life away scrolling or eating sugar or whatever. Like, I never thought I would be free from that. But because I kept my promise to myself and because I kept forcing myself to finish well, to not be derailed by these distractions, this stuff no longer affects me. And when we get to that point in our lives, we're able to be productive and we're able to keep our promises to ourselves. So we know that if somebody asks us to do something, we can keep our promise to them. If God asks us to start something and it doesn't look like it's going to quite work, we can still keep our promise to Him and trust the process. And so I encourage anybody who's listening to this today, even if it's just one person, you know what you need to do. You know how you need to do it. You know when you need to do it. You know who you need to collaborate and do it with. You know all of the logistics. The biggest lie that you're telling yourself right now is that you need more information. No, you don't. You know exactly what you need to do. The biggest lie you're telling yourself right now is that you have another day. No day is guaranteed. Do it in this moment. Do it in this hour. Do it in this minute, because that's all that you have that's guaranteed. So I know it's hard to finish well. I know it's hard after, I'm a university student. So after just doing 4 months of constantly being on a screen and constantly typing and constantly doing assignments, it's very hard to just pick up my laptop one more time and finish the last bit of the semester. But we have to do, and we have to keep our commitments to ourselves. We have to be able to build that rapport and that trust within ourselves to know, okay, if I say I'm going to do something, I love myself, I care for myself enough to do it. And before I end this off, I do want to emphasize that there's grace for mistakes. I didn't just go from eating a bunch of sugar and scrolling 24/7 to not doing it at all. I did not just go. It was a gradual progression. And even when I was doing my fast back in October, September, when I was fasting from social media, I would fast from social media from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then after 7 p.m., I would give it to myself. And so I kept making these goals and these little markers, and I kept pushing them back and further and further and further until I was able to fully keep that promise to myself. So this is not linear. It's not a one-way thing, and you're not going to be perfect at it. It's not going to all fall into place right away, but we need to trust the process, trust in ourselves enough to be able to say, this is something that I need to do in order to better myself. And I trust that with consistency and constantly showing up, I will eventually get there. So I just want to encourage you to, whatever it is, whatever task is on your heart, it can be something as simple as washing the dishes. It can be something as simple as going out and actually buying groceries for yourself instead of door dashing everything. And I've been there, so I'm not judging you, but it can be something as simple as like just going up and doing that thing for yourself. And you will find that you're happier, that you're healthier, that your mind is more clear, your mind isn't as cluttered when you go up and you keep those promises to yourself. So I encourage you, whatever it is that you need to finish well, and make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do to excel yourself, to move forward in the places that you promised yourself that you would be in. The only reason you're still in the same place that you were in last year is because you made promises to yourself and you didn't finish well. You were almost there, but it didn't quite look like things were going to turn out the way you wanted them to, and you forfeited your position. No more doing that. No more forfeiting our positions. If we say we're going to do something, we are going to do it, and we're going to finish well.